Hey sports fans, Coach Nick here and welcome to B-Ball Breakdown. Today I want to look at the Nets and how they've changed statistically between Avery Johnson at the helm and PJ Carlesimo coaching them now. Now here's the thing, PJ didn't have a lot of time to do much and change things, and yet they're winning a lot more games. So part of what happens when you have a coach who is having trouble controlling the locker room is that there's a general sense of unhappiness, and it's not easy to fix that unless a coaching change is made, and that's what's happened here. So I think a lot of it has had to do with just removing the source of whatever was causing a lot of anguish, whether or not you think Avery Johnson was a good coach or not. Certainly, PJ hasn't had a lot of time to put his own things in there, but there have been some statistical differences that indicate that PJ has changed up some things that have given them better results. Let's start by looking at playing time. PJ has definitely changed up the lineups a little bit, and what jumps out at me right away is Gerald Wallace's playing time and how it's gone down. Clearly, they want to save him for the playoffs considering how physical he is. But look at his offensive production since he's gone to playing less minutes. He's actually shooting an effective field goal percentage much less than he did under Avery Johnson. However, his offensive rating has skyrocketed as he's had more energy and playing more efficient minutes.
Here's Wallace.
Another player that's benefited from PJ Carlesimo is Keith Bogans getting a lot more playing time. However, his offense has gone down, and that's pretty much because he isn't a very good offensive player. The longer he plays, the worse his numbers will be. However, they are benefiting from his stellar defense. When you look at BROOK LOPEZ's improvement since PJ Carlesimo took over, there's a couple of things that are kind of startling. One is he's attempting a lot more free throws, and also in the 22 games under Avery Johnson, BROOK LOPEZ got 116 post-ups. In the 8 games since PJ took over, he has had virtually the same amount, 115. That is staggering and proof of a renewed concentration on getting the ball in the post to BROOK LOPEZ. Without a doubt, Deron Williams is benefiting from all the focus on Lopez now, as he's shooting a lot better from the field, and let's face it, he's an emotional guy, and now that the locker room is cleared of the bad air, he's just knocking down shots and playing a lot more free.
Friday night finds Williams for 3. Got it.
And as a result of D. Will's improved shooting, teams have to focus on him more, opening it up for, you got it, Joe Johnson, who is benefiting and shooting more and scoring more with PJ Carlesimo at the helm. And lastly, the key move that PJ did was play Reggie Evans more minutes. The guy is getting a staggering 26% of available rebounds. To give you context, Dwight Howard doesn't even get 20%. So his energy and hustle has been the absolute key to the turnaround of the Nets. So there you have it, sports fans. The Nets are playing a lot better, winning more. However, of those 8 games, and they've won 7, they've only had really like one quality win over the Oklahoma City Thunder. And it was a good win for them. They lost in overtime to the Spurs. So they're competing better, they're playing better, but I'm not so sure this is a long-lasting thing because they played some pretty bad teams, and that always is a recipe for success when you're in the NBA. You're only 1 or 2 games away from playing a team that you're going to be able to beat. Well, thanks for joining us. Lots more coming up, including a general NBA chat with Paul Flannery of SB Nation and a breakdown of the Celtics versus the Bobcats. So stay tuned for that as well. And don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel, we're a conversation. You win,